1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11. Wherefore comfort yourselves together, and edify one another, even as also ye do. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their works' sake. That's why you should know this. I don't know if you know this. I never changed this since I started in 2011 making videos. Yeah, 2011. But I always said it since 2007. I always said, double honors unto the elder apostles at great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, man. Remember that. So I know where I learned from, and I'm thinking of what I'm saying too. Not all the time. Not all the time. So I'm guilty of that too. But with this one, I thought about it. You know, I read it, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, then I'm going to say that. And that's it, man. Going on. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men. Yahweh to sound patient. And if you see me angry at a person, that means that they've been irritating me for a while, at least 2 or 3 years. At least 2 or 3, 4 years. Even more. Not really, you know. But when I lash out, you know, be like, you know. But it's all good, man. You see, I can laugh about that shit because I'm funny like that. I laugh at my own jokes. I'm not trying to be a comedian and shit, but I laugh at my own jokes, man. I got some funny shit to say. Anyway, so basically, yeah, so that's it. So support the weak, the feeble-minded ones, which are the ones that are now looking for answers and have all these questions concerning the times that we're in right now. So let me actually go to where I actually wanted to go, where I was thinking about going before I went into that. Now this is the book of, grab my phone right here. So this is the book of Luke chapter 17, verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Heavenly Father should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Heavenly Father cometh not with observation. You can't see it like how you think, right? Neither shall they say, but the elect will see it, because, you know, they can spiritually see. See and they will perceive. Hear and they will understand, you know. But the wicked ones, they won't. But to the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we shall know the times, as in how it is explained in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Going on. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you, because you are the temple. And yeah. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. Did you get that? Let me read it again. And he said, Yahushua said unto his disciples, he said, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man. You're going to desire to see it, and ye shall not see it. Amen. This is going to be the time. You're going to desire for it, and we're desiring for it until this day. But Yahweh Radazah, through the Spirit, we know, like, this is the warning signs of the war to come, man. The Most High saith, but the end is not yet. You shall hear wars and rumors of war, but the end is not yet. But it shall surely come. Though it tarrieth, it tarry not actually, but it doth tarry, but it tarry not, because it will be like a lightning flash. It will hit in the east, and you're gonna see it in the west. That's how fast light goes. Well, that's how fast all these prophecies eventually is gonna come to pass, right? 23. And they shall say, see here, or see there, go not after them, nor follow them. Yeah. Because a lot of people say, like, oh, this is going to be a rapture. Edomites do that. Edomites do that, and they catch a lot of people. If you are Jacob descendant in these churches with these Edomites, you're stupid too. Because I saw videos of Jacob descendants doing that dumb shit too, talking about rapture. You know? It's just funny that they say it. I'm looking at it like, why are you down with the caucus? Like, anything that they say, I'm not listening to that. I don't believe that. Why would you do that to yourself? Even back in the world, I didn't follow this shit, man. Cause I don't, yeah, man. Now even more. So it says right here. So it says right here, go not after them, nor follow them. Don't follow them, man. Are you crazy? Verse 24. For as lightning that lighteth out of the one part of under heaven. Let me read it again. For as the lightning that lighteth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. Just like how lightning hits there, and then it shines all the way to there, that's how fast the Lord Yahushua is going to come, you know? But first must he suffer many things. So the Lord Yahushua must suffer many things. And the scriptures say it, that you are, he that cannot bear a cross cannot be my disciple. You cannot follow after me. The master is not better than the servant is not better than the master. Therefore, if they afflicted the master, they will afflict you too. So guess what? It shows you here that we, as the followers of our master, must suffer many things also. You're going to go through some things. I'm not talking about social things like your families don't, you know, they're kind of irritated that you don't. Actually, I don't have family like that. They're irritated about the flying reindeers and stuff like that. Nobody ever in my life, in my family, did that shit. Like, they do it. They do it. I'm not talking about that. But I mean, like, you know, call you, and when you don't want to celebrate flying reindeers, they got an issue with you. They will tell you. Like, I met a few. They be like, hey, you don't celebrate Christmas? You believe in flying reindeers? Oh, you're right. You're right. You read it? But yeah, they don't believe in it, but they don't think. That's the point. They don't think. But yeah, I don't really have that. But I've seen other people, they're really upset that they don't want to celebrate and get together with their family, especially people that are born here, of the country that I'm from. People that are born here, they really want to, you know, sit down and stuff like that. They don't have an Edomite mother or something like that. They're just born here by two Jacob descendant families, parents. But they want to, you know, they want to get together and do dumb shit. You know, feasting, eating, and stuff like that. But yeah, certain people like that, they might have a problem with you not coming toward their feast days and stuff like that. But then, to the scriptures, I will explain 1 Corinthians 8, 1 Corinthians 10. You can go, you know, as long as they don't tell you, like, this is worshipped unto Caesar Borgia. If they don't tell you that, then you can go and eat. You know, don't listen to these people. Listen what the scripture says. They believe in flying reindeers, man, or they celebrate it in that spirit. You could just go there and eat it in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because it says it. All the things on the planet Earth, you can just use it. You can use a rainbow if you want to, but don't do it. And all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. So don't do that one. But yeah, if you have it in your house or something like that, I don't know, a picture or whatever. I'm just giving an example. It's not a big deal, man. It's not a big deal. Anyway, 26. So Luke 17:26. And and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be. So shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage. That's when you give your daughter in marriage. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. That's the same way that they're finna get destroyed right now, because everybody think like it's all good and all that there, until boom. So you do have watchmen out there watching watching for the flock of the Lord and warning them through the mouth of the mouth of the Lord is the scriptures, but it's to the spirit of the Lord, which is the scriptures, and then you tell them with your mouth, yeah, what the spirit said. Does the spirit talk to you? How? When you read the scriptures, it's going to talk to you. Just like how the earth talked to you. When you see the leaves falling off of the trees, the earth is telling you, is talking to you like, yeah, I'm finna get cold. You should go out there, start gathering wood, because you're going to need it, because it's going to get cold. And yeah, just let everybody know. Go out there hunting, so that you don't need to hunt in the wintertime. Because by the way, certain places, you have migrations. So therefore, the deer or whatever, I know deer stay in the winter, but I'm just giving you an example. For example, you have water buffalo And then you have the other one, which is wildebeest. They migrate. They migrate, so you need to catch them right now. But that's if you are in Africa. But I'm just giving examples. You need to catch them now before they leave, and then they come back after 6 months. You ain't gonna have meat for 6 months. Just an example. Basically, do it now. Do it now instead of later. Fix up that stuff now. So it says right here. 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built it. Business as usual. So, therefore, you will have certain places that have business as usual, and then sudden destruction coming upon them. All right? But the same day, sorry. It's melting? Just trying to finish everything. 29. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. And let me go back to verse 25, because it says right here, so Luke 17:25, it says, but first must he suffer many things. The servant is not greater than the master. Therefore, the servants have to suffer many things too, through time. Yeah? But the Most High said, the Lord Yahushua said in the book of Revelation 3:10, if I'm correct, or something like that. He said, and I will keep you from the hour of temptation. The Most High is going to keep you from it. That will go out through the whole world. The hour of temptation shall come upon the whole world. We shall be tested, yes. The elect shall be tested, Lord willing, I'll be a part of that. But the point is, the elect shall be tested, but you shall be kept from the hour of temptation. So that's why the scripture saith, and if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. So they fell into that temptation. So if the Most High, His Spirit was not on you, you would get tricked too. You would take that chip. But the Spirit is on you, so you ain't taking that chip. You'd rather choose death than that chip. That's because the Most High keeps you from the hour of temptation, that will come upon the whole world. But anyway, He will try you as fire is tried, and also as how silver is tried. How gold is tried in the fire, and how silver is tried in the fire. And if you look up why you burn gold and silver, or silver, is because the impurities need to be burned off of it. And then when you see that, if you type in Google raw gold or raw silver, it's not that beautiful. But if you type pure gold, a finished product, yeah, you start stealing. That's how beautiful it becomes. Well, that's how beautiful the Jacob descendants will be. People gonna be looking at you trying to steal you. Because they already look at you and see money right now. I bet your ass, be a Jacob descendant and have talent, and then walk around in the midst of producers and Hollywood guys and stuff like that. And then you show your talent. Boy, they're going to be salivating at the mouth and stuff like that. Oh my God, billions. I see billions. So we're already money for them. But they're going to be money for us once that time comes. Joel chapter 3, if I'm correct, where it says that we shall sell them. You're going to be commodity. You're going to be money. Jeremiah 25:14 says that also. You're going to sell your ass. So going on, it says right here, Luke 17:25. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And this generation in due time, you're going to have more Jacob descendants rejecting the Lord Yahushua. That's also one of the prophecies that needs to come to pass. They're going to reject the Lord Yahushua. They're going to reject you for coming with the Lord Yahushua, speaking about it. So they're going to reject you, right? So that's also one of the prophecies that needs to come to pass. But anyway, I'm going to jump down back to, I'm going to jump down back to 30. Okay? Luke 17:30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return. So you need to leave everything where it is. Let's say you forgot you got some gold or some silver or some money in a cupboard, something like that. What the fuck is going on here? Where's this stick? Okay. Okay, bullshit. Anyway, let's say you got some gold, whatever, in the cupboard or something like that, or in a safe in your house. Yeah, you better leave that there. That shit ain't nothing. Gold is vain. What are you gonna do with it? It's just for prettiness. It's not. You don't need that. You need water and food. That's what you need in order for you to be staying alive. Anyway, remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. If you want to preserve your life, your career in this world and all that type of stuff, Most High is going to cause it to where you're going to lose that. And if you, let me read on. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So if you lose your life in the physical form, like you get killed, the Most High is going to preserve you through the Lord Yahushai in the book of Revelation chapter 20. And also in the book of Revelation chapter 6. And you shall live again. You know what I'm saying? Second Maccabees chapter 7 also speaks that. The Most High shall give you life once more. Again, because you took your own life for basically, I don't need it. As long as I keep the word of the Most High, then I'm good. You can take this life, I don't care. You lost your life for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. He's going to preserve it for you. He's going to have a body waiting for you, a super body, and you're going to have that. The ones that died in this truth. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 talks about that, by the way. So now going to Matthew 24. I actually wanted to read the whole chapter, but I'm looking at the time right now. Anyway, I'm going to just glance over it then. Wait, let me jump to a few others, and then I'll end it with Matthew 24. Because like I said, I wanted to actually read the whole chapter, but that didn't work out, as usual. And once I get talking, I can't shut up. I don't know. Like I said, I could have shut it off right then and there. I couldn't. Had to explain. Anyway, Isaiah 32 and 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This already happened. It's going to happen again. And you don't see that around here, especially in the modern day Egypt, which is America. You don't see that. That's one of the prophecies that needs to come to pass, to wherewith you're going to have women throwing themselves at the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai just to preserve them to preserve their life, and also to cause them to not suffer, because they don't want to suffer. They're all dainty and weak and shit. And Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. This is that same at ease place that they are, especially in America, where you have, look, Esau is now that tree that was Nebuchadnezzar, where all the fowls of heaven, of the earth, come and nest in those trees because they're safe. They're very safe. And all the beasts of the field, they come and lay under his branches because they're safe. They feel very safe. It's all cool. The sun is not beating on you, hurting you. So, you know, the sun also represents basically scourging. Right. So the birds, that all the heathen nations are coming and resting in the branches of Esau, being all safe, money-wise, you know, all that, their future-wise, compared to their own lands that Esau robbed, by the way, which is that funny stuff. But they feel good over there, and therefore they go to the modern-day Babylon. It's Esau, America, Europe too. You see a lot of heathen nations here in Europe, and you're looking at it like, why aren't you here? Because their own lands is shit. That's why. Because they stole everything. All the riches are here. That's why. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So, another prophecy. This already happened, by the way. It's going to happen again. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. they're not really troubled over there in America. They kind of startled concerning the government and all that type of stuff, what they're doing, and they kind of startled a little bit. Ooh, it's kind of scary, right? But they're not panicking, afraid, and just seeking for men and stuff like that, which is not that time right now. Once that time comes, then you're gonna see, they're gonna know about this truth, because that's the only thing that's gonna be in their mind, being saved, being helping, because that's what people want. They want help. But now Esau's helping them, so they don't need you. The women don't need you. But send them same women to India, you're gonna see how they're gonna rely on a man, because in order for you to be walking there safely, you're gonna need a man, because those people are not that they're not safe to be around as a woman. India, I'm talking about India, right? So tremble ye women that are at ease, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the deeds, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. They're gonna be sorrowful for it. They're gonna want those things, but it's not gonna be around, because the famine is gonna be introduced by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai upon the planet Earth, and starting with the lands of where Esau is. Verse 13. Upon the land of my people shall come thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. That's when we were doing good. So the Most High is going to bring briars and thorns, which will be the heathen nations. But also, you know what is happening with briars and thorns? Briars and thorns, they actually outgrow every other plant. They outgrow them. So what do? They make sure that you die. So when you are in the midst of briars and thorns, that's why you need to get the hell out of there. But when you are in the midst of briars and thorns, the briars and thorns actually grow faster than plants and vegetables and fruit trees and stuff like that. Fruit trees and vegetable plants and stuff like that, they grow faster. So what do? They choke you. And that's exactly the mannerisms of this world. You will have people that are in the world, they're very successful with things, but when you are in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it's not that you're not successful, but it's more things is happening, like what the fuck is going on? But that's a good thing. The Most High doesn't want you there. Everywhere you are, that's where the Lord wants you. But also in the book of Psalm 73, it speaks about that the wicked are prosperous, but the ones that are doing the righteous things and stuff like that, they're not that prosperous. They're doing good. You have enough to where you have a life as in not too much and not too little. You know, give me neither poverty nor riches. That's the sweet spot. And once you got that spot, Yahweh said, just stay up in there, man. That sweet spot. You have a lot of people that are trying to make you think that you are supposed to put a harshness upon your life and shit like that. What is this? Some kind of dating guru bullshit or something like that? I don't take dumbass advice. I take advice to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you look around and you be like that wise serpent, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You be like that wise, that unjust steward that was wise. What did he do? The children of this world, which are the children of darkness, are wiser in their mannerisms in this world than the children of light. You a dummy if you go seek out a hard life on purpose. It's just stupid. Anyway, hey, you can do it to train yourself. Now that's a different thing, but don't do it as I need to do this, to prove myself a man. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Do it in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Don't do it as if it is a necessity, because it's not. Be a wise steward. Be a wise steward. Why would you do that to yourself? Right? If the hardness is put upon you, take it with cheerful and gladness. Don't go seek it out there. It look like you're seeking destruction at your own hand. Certain people do need it. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. Certain people, look. I'm gonna give you an example. You have certain people, right? They go to them dating gurus and stuff. It's just ridiculous. But I'm just giving them as an example. He be screaming at you, talking down on you. Give me a bullet. Just like in the military, talking shit. Some people can't stand that shit, man. I'm what? No, man, you ain't talking to me like that. Fuck you, boy. We fight. I'll take a weapon. I'll do anything. You ain't gonna do that to me. With certain people, you need to be calm. That's why I'm telling you, you have different mindsets upon the planet Earth. You can't just talk rough to everybody. It's not going to work out that good. Some people are not going to take that shit. But some people, they need it. They need a push. So therefore, you need to analyze the flock of the Lord that you have been put in the midst of, and check them. Like, oh, okay, don't do it with him, but do it with him. But both of them, don't be disrespectful. But him, do it to a certain degree so that he doesn't hate your guts. Because if you whip him too much, like for example, your son or something like that, as an example, whip too much, then he's gonna hate your guts. But if you whip him accordingly, like, hey, he stole or he's selling dope, and you catch him, you slap the shit out of him, pow, 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 don't let me catch you do that shit again. And then you talk to him, you explain to him and stuff like that, like, hey, this is what you do. What if somebody was selling your mama dope? Your son, right? What if somebody was selling mama dope and make her do all kind of backflips for this dope? Would you like that? No. Okay, cool. But why are you doing it to somebody else's mother? And you start putting him in their shoes. That's how you talk to him. But you slap him around for a few, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. But he don't understand because he's dumb. And then you teach him, and then he might become wiser than you one day, eventually, Lord willing, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Leave something behind that is a mirror of yourself. And even worse, because you're gonna make him double fold you, like Elijah did Elijah, double fold. Be worse than me, but don't do it like King Solomon. That's another example. Don't pressure people too hard, man. They're gonna turn on you, man. Don't do that. Keep it on the balance. He need a pushing, and he will tank. He will tank out at maybe if you pressure him for you get hard upon him and shit like that, and then when the tank is like 70% full, that's when he would lose it. Don't go to that 70%. Just go to 40. Make him still have a breather, man. Like, hey, man, it's getting too tight. This motherfucker's he's on my ass all the time, man. I don't like this shit. Don't make it too tight for him, man. He's sweating all the time. It's not needed. Be cool cat. This is just advice, but then again, my advice doesn't work with everybody, so you need to understand that also. For example, if I was to use a herb and I tell you this cured me, if you use that same herb, that doesn't mean it's going to cure you too. But there's different herbs that have the same effect. So let's say I use herb B that has 3 effects, but the one effect that the herb B, or what did I say? Wait, okay. Herb A and herb B. Both of them have 3 effects, right? But they both have 2 different effects, but they both have one that's similar to the other. So if I take this and it cures me from something and stuff like that, it might not necessarily cure you, but that's why the Heavenly Father has another herb that has the same type of effects with a few other effects too. And then you take that, and then you would say, oh no, man, no, that healed me. Because when I was using that one, it didn't really work like that. So like I said, everybody is different. So you need to take it with the mindset of, don't just follow everybody. It's not good. Look out. Test more herbs and stuff like that. Like, oh, okay, this one is working for me. That's talking about opinions and stuff like that. I'm not talking about this truth. When it's about this truth, also don't go into opinions. But when it's come to this truth, that's not an opinion. Well, yeah. Some people use the scriptures and they say Esau can save, so Esau can be saved. So yeah, I understand that. But yeah, anyway, let me go on. So, but just basically, don't just believe everyone. It's not a good idea. Don't just believe me, bro. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, man. It's not a good idea. It might seem cute, it isn't. Because just like Matthew 10 says, Matthew 10:40 or something like that, it says, receive the prophet in the name of that prophet. But if you read a verse above it, it says the Lord sent that prophet. And the Lord sent that righteous man. So if you believe on a righteous man according to the righteous man's name, if you believe on a prophet in his name according to his name, in him you believe, then what you're doing is actually, you're believing that the Lord Yahushua sent him to come and explain stuff, teach you stuff, show you stuff, and all that there. You don't put your faith in him. You put your faith in Yahushua that he had sent him to come and talk to you. That's how you believe in a person, man. I believe that the Lord sent, this man in order to come teach me. That's what you believe. I don't believe in you. I do believe you, but I don't put my faith in you. It's a difference. Right? Anyway, verse 12. So Isaiah 32 and 13. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, which are the heathen nations, but also in the midst of us you had already heathen nations, but the devil worshiping things started to get bigger and grow bigger and faster, and the ones that were of Yahweh Bashem start seeing them grow and being prosperous in his world. What the fuck? Yeah, those are the thorns and briars. Right? Yeah, upon all the houses of joy and joyous cities. And you know what thorns and briars do? It hurts. Why don't you run through a field with thorns and briars? See what happens to you. And make sure you take your shirt off. Then you run through it at full maximum speed. Do it. Do it. I tell you, do it. Don't do it. You're going to get yourself hurt. Well, that's what you're doing when you're trying to crash run. It's not a crash run, but you're going to crash. That's what you're doing when you're running through this planet Earth. Trying to seek your life. Like, this is where I belong. This is why I feel. No, whatever. Trying to get this career, all that there. Yeah. You run into a field of thorns and briars. Yeah. But if you're wicked, nothing's going to happen to you. Because you're not worthy like that. But when you're righteous, the Most High is going to chop you down everywhere you go. Oh, shit, no, I'm not supposed to run here. Why is he running? Yeah, because the Lord don't love him. He's not chin checking him. If you go there, I can't take this. Why is everybody attacking me? Because you are not of this world. Therefore, they hate your guts. And once you go around the briars and the thorns, they're going to hate you. And eventually, you should look around and be like, I don't want to do this. It doesn't seem good. You're prosperous in the money situation, but money is not everything. Anyway, 16. The judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful land. And the precept of that is Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. So, we are the branch of his planting. So we are a plant also. You know, we're pots. Jerusalem is well, they shall be pots. It's talking about the sons, actually, because it says it right here. Psalms 144 and 12. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace. So your daughter is supposed to be the cornerstones, the Jacob descendant daughters. They're supposed to be something that you lean on, a rest, a pillar of rest, and not a pillar of stress. But they're messed up now, so are the men. But it's the men that are going to get back in order. Because I'm going to give you an example. If men stop wanting women with thick lips and big butts, they're not going to want it anymore. Because they know that, you know, certain men like big butts and stuff like that. So they want it. But, you know, it's all a mind game thing. It's a mind game thing. It's like tattoos. Even though you have stubborn people, I understand that. I understand that, you know. They're still going to do what doesn't matter because they like it. But if they was to put fines on it and all these type of things, they would stop doing it. They would stop because they would see like, no, I'm not getting what I want, and therefore they would stop. Yeah. As long as they get what they want with the things that they're doing, they're going to continue doing it. Like a scammer or a person that keeps on putting commercials on YouTube videos. You think he's going to stop? No. He sees the money coming in, so he's going to push out more videos. He's not going to stop. He sees money. If he doesn't get money, he's going to stop. He's going to try and find something else that does get money, and then he's going to do that. Well, same thing with women. If they would do something that wouldn't gather them attention, they wouldn't do it. You know, so the law is supposed to be given unto the men, and therefore the women do things that they know that men like. They dress a certain way because they think PlayStation is going to look at them. Or now they're gonna get I don't know, water to fall upon them because they love the rain so much. They want to be wet in the rain. No, they dress that way because they know you like it as a man. They're doing all these things for you, all these cues and hints. Right? Anyway, going back further. Going back to where I was, sorry. Verse 17. And the work of righteousness shall be peace. And the effect of righteousness, quietness and assurance forever. And thy people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. And we are going to be the true people at rest, because Esau is that unwalled village that is at rest. But the Most High is going to make it to where they're not at rest, because sudden destruction coming upon them as a woman in travail. But once the Jacob descendant have that power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, then we're going to be really at rest. You know? Verse 19. So Isaiah 32 and 19. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be low in a low place. So a precept for that is, wait, let me finish 20. No. A precept for that for verse 19 is, where did I put that? 28. Okay, so let me read it again. Let me get it here. Damn it. No, let me get this here, man. Sorry. Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28. So let me read it again. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 19. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be low in a low place. 18. Isaiah 32 and 18. And my people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be low in a low place. So what does that mean? Well, if you go to the book of Isaiah chapter 28, oh yeah, I got it right here, sorry. What? Oh my goodness. Isaiah 28 and 15. Damn it, man. Why am I doing this? Keep on packing it away. Sorry about that. Isaiah 28 and 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. So you're making a covenant with death, man. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. So our people think that nothing is going to happen to them because they cover themselves with lies and stuff like that. But the Most High is going to wash that all away. But let me go on. So it says right here, verse 16. So Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh the power, behold, I will lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a tested stone, tested and proven. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 or 3, where it says that he will try you as gold is tried, and then you will be found worthy. And in this case, that tried stone is Yahushai. That's the foundation that we should, I don't want to say build upon it. Basically, that's the foundation of the building that we should build a house upon. But I don't want to say, because it says build not upon another man's foundation. So, but it's not our foundation. You just built your own house upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because that is the one that is going to actually help you, instead of building your house upon sand, which is another philosophy. It's not safe. It's not stable. So it says right here, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, Yahushai, a sure foundation. That he that believeth shall not make haste. You're gonna be patient. You're gonna do your work and do diligence, because they say like hasty is seldom. In the Dutch they say if you do something speedily, it's bound not to actually be good. You need to take your time, man. If you are able to do it fast, you do it fast. But most people on the planet Earth, when they do something, they need to take their time. You don't rush things off. You take your time. 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and as a measurement, the Most High is going to correct it like that. And righteousness to the plummet. Plummet is something that you measure with, if it's straight or not. Plummet. If you type that word plummet in Google, you will see. So let me read it again. 17, Isaiah 28 and 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. So what does that mean? The hail shall sweep away all the lies. Isaiah 42, 43 and 2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers. The Most High is going to be with you, right? Because it's dangerous out there. They shall not overflow thee, meaning you're not going to drown. And the waters is also talking about the heathen nations mentioned in the book of Psalms 144 and also in the book of Psalms 18, where it shows you that the heathen nations are waters that come up against us. Going on. But it's also talking about the actual water. But yeah, you can get the spiritual one out of it, which is the people, your enemies. They shall not overflow thee. And also the waters and rivers that are dangerous are other philosophies, because we drink the water of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We don't drink the water of Sihor, which is Mizraim, I should say, the philosophies of Mizraim, and we don't drink the waters of Ashur, which is the waters of Assyria. Their philosophies. We don't drink that. So the waters also mean that. And it shall overflow you. If you are overflowed by this water of Esau, you're celebrating flying reindeers. That's how you are overflowed. And bunnies that lay eggs. That's what you then therefore celebrate if you are overflowed with Esau, his river. You ain't swimming, you drowning, you gone. You're talking like you're on the water. You ain't even screaming help, because you don't know that you need help. Anyway, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. So that's going to protect you, right? So let me see here. Yeah, so going back to Isaiah 32 and 18. And thy people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. When it shall hail, now you get the hail part. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, the city shall be low in a low place. Now the hail is talking about sweeping away wait, let me read it, say it good. The hail is talking about the destruction that the Most High is going to bring upon the Jacob descendants. But in the midst of all that hail, he's going to swipe away all the lies, because it's going to destroy it. So we in that time right now, where it's hailing down by swiping away the lies, but the hail also represents destruction. That's why I love the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, because I can talk for hours about that, about one verse. I can talk for hours, man, because it's massive. Like the information that you get from that, it's beyond. I'm like, what? That's what when it says, for example, one verse, it says, "But we are in a time of love and in a time of war." Let me get that. Should I get it here? Should I get it here? Let me just get it here. I'm done anyway. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, which says, for example, it says, Ecclesiastes 3 and 8, a time of love and a time of hate, a time of war and a time of peace. I can get a lot out of that, but we are in the time of love right now. Love towards your own. Charity, knowledge puffeth up, and charity edifieth. That's true love. Love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Teaching all that there. Love is the scriptures, commandments of the Lord, keeping the commandments of the scriptures of the Lord. Okay, and the time to hate, we hate the rest. We love our own. You know, you hate also the wicked. So it's all in the same, it's all in together, right? A time of war, we are at war right now. We are at the spiritual war. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. So we are at war. But we are in the physical war. Let me read on. A time of war and a time of peace. We are at peace because peace unto the Jacob descendants that accept this truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and war unto them that don't. You know? So yeah, we are. That's basically the same thing with the hail. When the hail comes down, it's going to destroy the Jacob descendants, but it's going to also simultaneously sweep away the lies, because the hail cometh to clean. You know, those are big boulders that came back in the day of Mizraim, when it was hail and fire wrapped up in one, and it was destroying their animals, their crops, starving them to death. Type in Google, hail on crops. Hail. H-A-I-L. Hail. Like the ice coming from the heavens, the sky, clouds. Type that. Hail on crops. Look what it does. It destroys it. Okay. Isaiah 32 and 18. And my people shall dwell in a place, a peaceable place, peaceable habitation, and in short dwellings, and in a quiet resting place, and in quiet resting places. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be low in a low place. Blessed are ye that sow beside all waters, and set forth thither the feet of the ox and the ass. Set forth thither the feet of the ox and the ass is talking about that you're doing this work, because the ox is the one that actually treadeth out the land, softens up the land, so that you can put the seeds up in it. Because if you walk on a forest path, not stone, a forest path of just earth, then if you keep on walking continually, then it will be hard and nothing will grow. You can see it when cars go that route. You can see in the where the two tires are, it's empty, it's desolate. And then in the middle of it, where the car tire doesn't hit, you will have a grass. You'll have grass growing, because the earth there is soft. So when you do this work, you need to soften the knuckle-headed, hard-headed Jacob descendants. You soften up their heads, and then you could plant the seed up in it. But what you shouldn't be doing is trying to soften up the head of a scoffer. Yeah, let his head keep on being hardened, and it will be hardened even more. Even that which he had, the Lord is going to take that even, you know, because they're not going to even believe anything anymore. They already don't believe. They don't have the faith in them. They just, they believe with their mouth. Isaiah 19 said that they praise me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. There's many people like that, man. Mouth is dry as hell. I even forgot that I got drinks. I didn't forget it. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I had actually more scriptures, but I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Isaiah 24 and many more. But we in that time right now where it's the beginning. Well, yeah, let me get that last one then. 24, because this was actually the real point. But yeah, I had many more precepts upon that, but I'll leave it, man. Isaiah 24 and 3. I wanted to go to the point, but I'll go to 3 until 7. So 7 is the point. And as Yahushua sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed. Christ means Messiah, and Messiah means anointed, Mashayach. But anyway, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. That's the point. Read it again. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Wars and rumors of war. People are having a ball right now, shopping, you know, they're having boat rides and all that there. They're doing good. They're not worried about anything. In certain countries, you can't do that right now. People are dying. I've seen, if you, I'm not going to tell you the website, but you have Gore. You know, it used to be gore.com. It's not there no more. Well, those type of pictures, boy. You know what the funny thing is? These Edomites, they do drone strikes, right? Where they kill people, right? And then they put it online for people to see, like, look how we killing them. Fucking crazy. I saw bomb, man. Saw bombs drop on them. They dropping bombs on dicks, man. I'm not making it up. If I could, now I don't want to link it to you. But if you don't believe me, fuck it. Just try and find yourself. But anyway, you got man, it's fucking true. You got drones, right? Standing stationary. The motherfucker ain't flying. They got stationary drones. And the motherfucker dropped 2 bombs, man. And it's not a voodoo spectacular. It's like, it's like an enclosed bomb. I don't know what the fuck that shit was, man. It didn't really spread out like, it was like, hey, it's crazy. But anyway, so they dropped it, right? And they dropped it on his dick, man. I'm not playing, man. I want to show you, man. But anyway, hey, what's up? Yo, what? They dropped it on his, hey, you know, his little thing, and it blew up, man. Poof. Woo. Eh? And you know what's funny? He didn't see blood in it. I saw his intestines, man. It blew away the fucking blood. The blood didn't come out later. Later it came out. But it's like this. When you back in the days when you're biking, right? And then, you know, you fall, you skip your knee, and then, you know, you sit up. After you fell, you stand up again, and then you look at your knee, then you see the white meat. And then it doesn't bleed yet, and then it starts to bleed. And then you start, you know. But in the beginning, it don't hurt, and you ain't crying, you know. I remember one time I fell, I saw the white meat, man. What the fuck? That's some white meat under that shit, man. I ain't playing. Got that shit, man. Anyway, you ain't feeling nothing in the beginning, and that's the same thing with this dude, man. Shit, man. When that thing fell up on him, boop, and then, you know, it didn't go out like, nah, man. It went like, I don't know how to. Hey, Esau got some shit. Anyway, it was, then he was like, like a fucking robot, man. The things that you see in the movie, that shit kind of look real, man. And then he looked down to himself. Man, he saw his intestines. And these sons of bitches got HD cameras in that shit, man. That shit was some good quality, man. Yeah. But yeah, that's what they're doing with each other, man. The Edomites be snuffing each other out and then mocking them by putting his death online, man. For millions to be able to see it. I didn't say millions saw it, but billions are able to see it. If you just find it, you can click on it. And I'm sure that they shared it throughout other platforms, because the platform that I got it from, yeah, you can just download the video. So I know they shared it somewhere else. Yeah, videos like that used to be on YouTube. Used to be. I saw decapitation videos on YouTube with the Mexican cartels. I saw that on YouTube, but of course you can't do that now. You know, can't do that now anymore, because now Esau got it. Well, Esau always had it, but I mean, like, the government, well, the elites have it now. They can pinpoint your with accuracy, they can pinpoint your ID, like the place that you log in. Because if you log in somewhere else, they're gonna be like, "Are you sure this is you?" Because it came from this IP address, and that's not where you normally log in. So this son of a bitch got your ID, address, everything where you log in. They know exactly where you are. So if you was to upload a video like this, like back in the days, you know, with them cartel people that was doing that, because I saw it with a chainsaw, man. Guy had a chainsaw, man, and then two guys was sitting against the wall, you know, with their legs stretched out, and the guy chopped their head off, man, and then put their head on their dick. Crazy shit. But if you was to upload those type of videos right now, they would know where you at, because back in 2006, 2007, 2008, the software was not that potent to where it could pinpoint you, and Google has that too. Hotmail has that too. That's why I don't use that shit, but I still got it. But for other things, I use other like Proton Mail. I'm not trying to do how you call that thing, promotion or something like that. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not sponsored to something like that. I'm not by them. I'm sponsored by Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. I don't need that money. You know what I'm saying? You can keep your money to yourself. I'm just telling you that Proton Mail is very good. It's very good. But yeah. Let me stop that there. The point is that. Sorry, I thought it was not. It wasn't. Kept on talking. Matthew 24 and 3. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning of sorrows. And you know what also needs to happen? Let me get this one real quick. Zechariah 14 and 1, which saith, it says, "Behold, the days of Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee." All the spoils that we had from other people and stuff like that, because we took their stuff too. Even when we came out of Mizraim, we took their gold and their jewelry and all that there. So that's our spoil now. Well, the Most High took it away. You know, verse 2, Zechariah 14:2, "For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle." That's one of the prophecies that needs to come again, and it already happened. It's going to happen again. All these nations are going to come fight against Jacob, man. And then Micah chapter 5 verse 7 and verse 8 and verse 9 is going to be put in full effect. And also Zechariah chapter 12 verse 7, 8 and 9. And also the book of Zechariah chapter 9 and 13 also speaks about the Zion, and so the northern tribes and the southern tribes. So Judah shall be a bow, and Ephraim arrow, one of those two. And we shall fight against the sons of Greece. That was Japhet. We already fought that war, but now the sons of Greek are the Edomites. So that war also needs to come to pass before the nuclear missiles. And also the other war, which is Zechariah 12. You know, that war. All the nations shall come against us and shall fight. And we ain't in that time right now, but we in that time. You see, understand what I'm saying? It's just like how I said that we already in World War III, because financially they're already fighting. Financially, economically, sanctions and all that there. Boat routes, they're fighting for boat routes. Because if you look at the strategic location of Greenland, you would see like, oh, this devil, he's not only doing it for the mineral resources, he's doing it for the lanes that are now recently starting to open because of the ice melting. It's not no goddamn global fucking bullshit warming. Shut the fuck up with that. Anyway, now the ice is melting, and then routes are starting to come up now. So now China, if you Google it, YouTube it, Google it, and then you type in China in the North Pole. China is there. Then you will see footage of them there trying to establish something. What? They're trying to establish a route, just like the Suez Canal. $15 million a day, 13 million euro dollars a day. That's just from the route, from the toll that they pay and stuff like that. You know how much money is going through there? Daily, billions of dollars, because it's all equipments, wood, everything that you can imagine. It's being transported through that narrow man-made canal. Panama is also a man-made canal. And there is also billions of years. billions a year. Did I say day? Millions a day and billions a year. Sorry, both of them. Zuesk, but you know what? It's what they document. They say that. I believe it might be more because they're always trying to keep money behind the table. It's like when the Edomites finna get divorced, they hiding money in the Swiss banks. They're hiding money in the banks and stuff like that, right? Because they're devils, or they just murder their wife, or they do that one, But yeah, hide this stuff. So I don't think personally that is only like 15 million a day. But then again, so what? Even if it's 1 trillion a day, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? I'm talking about me. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna look and be like, oh, okay, you gathering that money up? Not for me, because I would do the Joker scene, and I've been on that since 2008. I ain't playing with you. The Joker scene. I saw that movie. That's the day when I decided to myself that I want to gather all the money that the caucus faces is so far, because I always believe that a tree is a money is a tree converted into paper with ink on it of faces of people that hate my guts. Right? Faces of people that hate my guts. So what do I want to do with their money? I want to gather it together and set that ass on fire. So I've been wanting to do that. The Lord willing, I will. So you can gather all your little stupid money. It doesn't matter, because it's all flammable. How about that? Gold ain't flammable. Go. So that's worth them more than money, but I don't even care about that neither, too. But still, gemstones. But that's another story. That's another story. The point is that it's what are you going to do about it? So even if they have money, but all the money that they're gathering is going to be for us to burn. I want to burn it. But all their substances, that is what I want. Their houses, everything. Majority of them, we're going to set it on fire. Because they probably did sodomite shit in those houses. We're going to set that ass on fire, man. Why would you want to have a house that some sodomites have been let? Or some webcam girls, and then you're going to have your daughter in that room. Are you stupid? No, man, it's a whole spirit, like evil spirit in that house. I don't want to be there. I'll break that house down, man. But all the other houses and stuff like that, we're gonna take that. Just like the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 explains. This is the last one. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Right? Oh, Zechariah 14. We're talking. Zechariah 14 and 2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravaged, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off, from the city. Then shall Yahweh go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. Now that's in the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 10. 23 verse 10. But anyway, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 10 and 11. And it shall be, when Yahweh thy power shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not. Who did we take it from? We took it from the Canaanites. But they were wicked. The kingdom is translated from one kingdom to another, from one people to another. They were wicked. Deuteronomy 9 explains that to you. Right? So it says right here, verse 11, Deuteronomy 6:11. And the house is full of all good things, which thou fillest not. And wells digged, which thou diggest not. Vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not. When thou shalt have eaten and be full. People might want to justify themselves talking about, see, when we did that to you, in slavery, you built all these things and we lived in it. So there's justice. No, you did that to the holy people and you got that. And second, actually first, the Most High is the one that sent us to go and slaughter them for their wickedness. Now you might say, yeah, but you did the wicked too. Yeah, but you went overboard, devil. You went overboard with it. I was but a little displeased, but the heathens helped further the affliction. So, you gonna pay for that. You might be like, yeah, but that's the same thing. Because I remember this song from Bob Marley. before I even knew the scriptures, Molly said we plant stuff and they live in it and all that type of stuff. And I forgot how the song goes, but I remember it. It's crazy. I know the song, but I don't remember the lyrics. Crazy. Basically, we build the houses and they live in it and stuff like that. We plant stuff and they basically eat thereof. And yeah, that we did that with the Canaanites. And then Esau did that with us. But it's good because we're going to do it again. And this time we're going to do it with Ishmael, Elam, Esau, Japheth, everybody. We're going to do that. Because I've seen some places that I was like, oh, I like this place. There's a lot of greenery. I love that. I love that. You can walk on barefoot. I love that. I love it. Because the westernized men, the Jacob descendants of the westernized places, they're going to talk down on people that walk bare feet. You a sucker. Even when Esau goes to these countries, he's more than beyond happy to be walking on bare feet on actual real ground, on real grass and stuff like that. You're too stupid to understand that because you're walking around with your Nikes and your Timberlands. You're too dumb. You're dumb. You're too dumb to understand that. You're too stupid. I shouldn't even say stupid nor dumb. I should say you're low IQ. I'm gonna use Esau's words. You know? I do mean it, but I still fuck with it. You know, because you're stupid. You're supposed to be walking on bare feet from time to time. You know, I'm not saying on concrete grass, on concrete stone, concrete jungle, because that's what Esau does. Also, they walk on barefoot though in the wintertime, man. In the wintertime, they walk on bare feet. But yeah, let me round it up for this one, man. So, but you still have Edomites that go to these tropical countries, and they can't wait to take off their shoes that they have been walking upon for decades, man, and then be able to walk on bare feet. But you know, their feet is white, so their feet get real dirty. It looked fucking filthy, you know, because, you know, if you have a white t-shirt and something spills on it, I'm not calling them white, but they have no color. But you're gonna see the spots. That's the point. That's why you can tattoo on them, because they have no color. You can draw with any color in existence upon them, and you will see it very clear. The Jacob descendants already have a color. Anyone that's actually brown, any form of brown, unless it's light sand-like color, then it's gonna be visible too. But once you get a little bit higher, it's gonna be like, well, what is that? Because you can't see it, man. You already have a color upon you. But anyway, their feet get dirty. Their feet look filthy. You know, it just look filthy. We are already dirty. I don't mean it as negative, because I'm the same color as the earth, so I'm an earthling. I'm supposed to be dirty. I'm not filthy. Dirty is a different word. But yeah, the point is that these Edomites go to these countries and then they walk around with bare feet, because then they start really, you know, turning into nature type of people. Because that is actually what it's supposed to be. Because when you walk on concrete, I don't know, you start to get tired, man. And I say, I don't know, man, it's fucked up. When I go to that, like South America, when I go over there, I don't know, I feel stronger. And dick get bigger, I don't know. Because I think it's warm or something like that. My fingers get thicker. When it's cold, everything shrivels. Oh, what the fuck? You know? But yeah. More stamina. I don't know, the climate works different on your body, man. You start to get swole. Yeah, I've never been a Jimmy. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to say, give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, and walk with us. Double honor unto the elder apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere alchemy across the board. Shalom.